Up with the man who first responders had to rescue.
An awesome sight and one of the first things you see when arriving in Red Wing. But the iconic barn bluff also has a history of danger. Just yesterday, 18-year-old Trevor Knutson wandered too far off the path.
I had slipped on some leaves and I was sliding down all the way down, and my arm just kind of got stuck in between a tree, and then I was just hanging there and I was screaming for help.
He says he hung on 30 feet below for about a half hour until first responders arrived and brought him to safety. Knutson was lucky. Captain Trent Wentland says it's a lesson. Stay on the trail and pay attention.
At the end of the day, you just got to stay on the trails and stay, know your limitations, because it's not just one specific part.
Now, even though both the city's website and signs warn hikers of the difficult, if not dangerous, trails, the reason is pretty obvious once you get to the top why hikers make the trip.
It's obviously a beautiful place. People come from all around, other states, people come down here.
Wentland reminds trail goers that these rescues are a danger for the first responders as well.
We've taken some precautions, I guess, per se, here for the future. After last year's event last fall with the male patient that ended up dying up here, we actually started looking into how can we keep ourselves safe even more than what we already were doing.
Meanwhile, Trevor says he's happy to be alive and doing fine with only a bruised shoulder and some scrapes on his leg.
I'm most likely going to stay on the trail this time because I usually don't stay much on the trail.
And while Trevor is just fine, just a little over a year ago, a man fell to his death, and there were 2 other fatal falls since 2011. So you do have to be careful and know your limitations up there.
Yeah, so obviously you made it to the top. I mean, did you find it to be that dangerous?
I did. I was surprised. Clearly, photographer Joe Berglove and I took it extra slowly with all the camera equipment, but, portions of the path are very narrow and uneven, and I can see that if somebody was moving too fast or maybe not paying attention, you could easily trip over an exposed root and just fall off the edge.
Well, I could see that one part. I mean, it looks like, it was a good fall if you fell there. Dangerous.
Oh, for sure.
All right. Thanks, Molly. Glad you made it.
Minnesota high school students will be voting for the